Hello and welcome to YTech. In this episode, we are going to talk about chairs and whether you need a gaming chair or not. But with a little twist, we are actually going to check with an expert, which is a chiropractor, on whether any of these chairs are needed to keep your posture straight, your back straight, or if it provides any kind of ergonomical support while you are gaming. So let's seg to the interview that I had with Dr. Jenny and Dr. Jeff at Singapore Pain Solutions / Chiropractic. I think they're in the midst of changing their name now. So let's just head to the interview and see what their thoughts are on your seating posture and also the chairs. So hi guys, today we are here with Dr. Jenny Lee and Dr. Jeff Federer. Both of them are chiropractors from Chiropractic, formerly known as Singapore Pain Solutions. So, Dr. Jeff, Dr. Jenny, what is Chiropractic?
Well, we're chiropractors, so as the name would suggest there too. Chiropractors are primarily physicians, so who deal with mechanical disorders of the musculoskeletal system, primarily the spine. And as it relates to any sort of pain or problems that relate to like the low back, neck, we do focus primarily on like ergonomics when it comes to like the workspace and also the gaming space, as you will then too.
The naming of a Chiro, we realize chiropractic is a way for people to get better, meaning rejuvenate, recover, realign, and just moving better to the next level. So that's why we added the word re-chiro into it, to help a patient to get better and move on to the next level of their life. I think slouching, that's the biggest thing.
Or leaning too far forward, hunched forward or like this, because again, depends upon the height of the chair and the height of the desk. If a chair, for instance, is too high, then they're slouching forward. If it's too low, like the shoulder will be up and they're clicking on the mouse, that's causes a lot of shoulder strain then too. So you have to look at the height of the chair and the desk and see how it can actually configure into how you're actually going to do your gaming, how you're actually going to do your computer work then too.
Yeah, and also the height of the desk. When you realize a lot of times patients got so focused with their work, then they're moving closer to the screen. So when they do that, they actually creating a lot of unnecessary tension on their shoulders, which later on cause neck pain, shoulder pain, migraine, numbness, tingling in the hands, and even elbow issues.
Especially if you spend hours upon hours in front of the computer, you tend to kind of lose track of time, and then it starts to build up.
Yeah. Technically, you shouldn't be confining yourself in one position for a long period of time, because that will actually increase your stiffness in the joints, also like a spasm in the muscle. So ideally, we wouldn't recommend anybody to sit or confine in one position or one space for a period of time. But if work, life, fun requires, definitely a few things in the boy, such as slouching, good back support, as well as making sure your feet not dangling off the chair. You have a good like platform or a good touch point where you can rest your feet, as well as making sure your elbow is resting on the table, at a 90 degree, as neutral position as possible.
Yeah, so just to touch on what she was talking about, ideally, yes, you can sit there for about 90 degrees. You want to sit there like you can. You want to have your elbow and your arm about 90 degrees too, resting on the arm, shoulder there. You want to have the monitor again about eye level. If you have to prop it up, that's fine. Usually about to the top of the screen. If the chair is adjustable or the table is adjustable, that's fine then too with it. But when it comes down to, some people may have short legs. So again, if you have like a stool, the feet should actually be planted firmly on the ground. But like I said, some people may be short. So if they have like a stool or a box or anything you can do just to kind of prop it up a little bit. So you should be firm whenever you sit, snug when you sit there too, but not leaning too far back or slouching too far forward. That can cause a lot of strain on the back and the neck there too.
With the proper back support, you will kind of prevent slouching, making sure your back lumbar curvature is well maintained. I mean, that's the whole goal of avoiding slouching and have a proper back support is maintain a proper lumbar curvature as much as you can. I think you should look for something that's definitely more durable, because this is something probably going to last you for the next 3 to 5 years. So it's something more durable. Consider the Singapore environment is very hot and humid. So material-wise, I will recommend something is a bit mesh or have a better ventilations and whatnot.
Firm. You have to be comfortable, but it can't be too stiff.
Yeah.
So it has to be firm to actually allow you to actually function what you need to do at the desk, but also to have you a bit comfortable. Because again, if you're not comfortable, then it's going to lead to more of the improper positions that you have then.
Yeah, proper back support, proper armrest, adjustable armrest, because everybody is a little bit different. Some people have a tall or longer torso. Some people have shorter torso. So something you can easily adjust and customize your needs.
Adjusting the chair, adjusting the table. Just again, it all makes it more practical whenever you have to do it too, because sometimes you just may have to work that into your work space.
Yeah, and also good base support. We always want to look for something that is a bit wider base support. It just because it gives you a better stabilities when you sit there for a long period of time. The base part on the chair, and as well as the legs. Depends on how much muscle on your butt.
If it's too soft, your butt will probably sink too far in, and so you have to kind of delineate how you want to do that then too. If it's too hard or too firm, you'll kind of know that it's actually not comfortable for it. If there's more cushion there too, again, it helps to allow it to cushion everything goes on underneath it. So like if you were to sit down and have your wallet in your back pocket, that's going to cause a lot of pinching of the nerve. Same thing with this too. If it's too hard, it's going to cause a lot of that problem. So you have to make sure that's firm enough that it actually can support it. There's enough cushion there to allow your body then to actually sit comfortably without having any sort of issues moving forward with it.
If let's say if the seat is too soft, will that do any harm to anyone? Is there any way for a person to like sink into the chair so much that they end up slouching?
Yeah.
And that's what happened to, again, there's no support, you're going to slouch like this.
Yeah.
And then all the weight then is distributed more on the back as opposed to more on the hip. And that's what can lead to some problems of back pain and whatnot, especially if you're so concentrated on your gaming.
So imagine this is a part of your lower back vertebrae joints. So if you don't have proper support, you're losing that lumbar curvatures, you'll do a lot of slouching. The pressure going to the disc and the joint going to be a lot more, so you'll be squeezing quite a bit. So the reason you want to keep a proper lumbar support, avoiding slouching, is basically try to reduce that spinal pressure as much as you can. So less spinal pressure, less pinching on the nerve, less damage to the tissue around it, so the joint can last longer. Let's say if you constantly have a lot of pressure going into it, the wear and tear of the joint will increase, then your chances of getting all these pain-related conditions become much, much higher. I think it's just a way to teach customers to not slouching and more like a reminder.
Retrain the body to know that if there's support there, I don't always have to slouch. And that's pretty much the primary goal of it too, that, if you get fixated with your mind, you're not always going to slouch. So it just kind of reincorporates those muscle fibers and your body then to sit more straight, more in the correct position, as opposed to always slouching and preventing you from doing it.
But chiropractic speaking, ideally, again, we don't recommend be sitting for a long period of time.
Right. So that's the one thing gamers tend to forget, or anybody in general. You get so involved with the game, you lose track of time, you don't tend to know what's going on around outside. So, take some breaks, some frequent breaks every half hour, 45 minutes. Just get up, stretch, work your wrists a little bit then to help out. Because if you drink more water, then you can actually go to, or more fluids, then you can actually go to the bathroom. It gets you up and moving. And so if you're sitting in your chair for 4 to 5 hours at a time, it's just not going to do it for you then. So you need to actually get up and move around a little bit, just stretch. So that's what the body's meant to do, is just move around. No. I do game, but I don't have a gaming chair. I think it's because we're always moving and always working, that we just have the time to just sit down and game on a gaming chair.
Don't have the luxury of sitting down.
I wish I could.
But even if guys sit down, I see an ergonomic chair.
It's there anyways for us then too, that we need to do it. But even then, I try not to sit too much on the chair. I only want to do computer work or paperwork. I try to move around, just walk around a little bit. And it's nice to have patients that you go in between to kind of see them and just get the body flowing.
Alright, I think that brings us to a close. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Jeff, Dr. Jenny,
Thank you.
for
Thank
giving us insights on whether you need a gaming chair or a normal chair. And now we'll head back to the chair reviews to see what are my thoughts on the different chairs that we have today.
Now that we are back from the interview, today we're going to talk about 4 chairs. So we're going to talk about the APOL Kraken, and then we're going to talk about the Secretlab Titan, the Razer Asker, and also an ErgoTune chair. So we're going to start off with the APOL Kraken. So what the Kraken is basically your run-of-the-mill gaming chair, but it is actually much cheaper than any of the chairs that we are featuring today. You can get this chair at about 350 Singapore dollars, and if you catch them at the right time, it can even go down to like $290. One thing I really like about this chair is basically their backrest. I don't know if you can see on camera right now, but we'll probably put it on the B-roll. This little bucket seat actually fits my back, so it actually fits my whole entire back very snugly. But I can see why this might be a problem for some people. Let's say if you have a wider body, this is definitely not going to fit you, or you got to like shove your whole entire body into the frame. And the cushioning for this chair is also pretty soft. So like what the doctor said, if you have a lot of like padding on your butt, this might not be for you because you have like your butt will sink into the cushion, and it might also affect your posture. But besides that, like what I said, it is your run-of-the-mill gaming chair. You can pretty much like incline, decline, whatever. Armrests can go front and back, up and down as usual. And also you can adjust the height of your chair. And it also has a lumbar pillow that comes with the chair as well. So if you really feel that you need this to support your back, you can actually just put it there, you can adjust it, and there you go. The next one we're going to talk about is the Secretlab Titan. Just a disclaimer, the APOL chair and also this Secretlab Titan, the Batman edition, I've had it for about a year plus already. So these 2 chairs are actually mine. The APOL actually is lasting quite well. I actually switch them like every single week. So like one day I'll sit on the APOL, one day I'll sit on the Secretlab chair. The build quality seems to be fine. There's no peeling whatsoever on the APOL chair, and also this Secretlab chair as well. No peeling whatsoever. If you had a previous generation Secretlab chair, you would know how bad the peeling can get. So previously, before the Secretlab Titan, I actually had the Secretlab Omega, so it's very similar to the APOL Kraken. And that thing peeled like nobody's business after a year of usage. So if you're weary about peeling on a Secretlab chair or whatsoever because you've had a chair peeled in the past, if you get the 2020 version, you are safe. So now let's get to the chair itself, the Secretlab Titan. How it differs from like the Kraken and also the Secretlab Omega is that you have a very wide seating base. Unlike the Kraken or the Omega, there is no groove that actually locks your leg into place on the seat. And if you really like it, you can actually just put your legs on the chair as well. You can cross leg whatsoever, it still feels very comfortable. And the cushioning as well, this is actually pretty firm, so it is not as soft as the APOL chair. So this is actually pretty good for my butt because I can actually sit on it and not feel like I'm sinking into the chair. Besides that, on the Titan itself, there is no lumbar pillow, but there is an adjustable lumbar thingy here that you can actually use like a knob to turn, and it will basically just push out the lumbar structure. And if you don't really like that little curve thing at the back, you can actually make it flat if you want to. The price for this is about 540 Singapore dollars. I think you can get the normal basic Titan without all this branding and stuff like that for like 499 Singapore dollars. But besides the white base and the lumbar thing at the back, it basically is like a normal gaming chair, so all the armrests, blah blah blah, it's the same thing as the APOL. And one thing I forgot to note, APOL also has like the Titan equivalent as well, which is called the Behemoth if I'm not mistaken. So it has a wide base, wide backrest whatsoever. And the next chair we're going to talk about is the Razer Asker. So what is so special about the Razer Asker is that it actually has this little adjustable lumbar thingy at the back here. So it's not really a pillow, but it's still quite soft, but you can actually adjust it according to your back. So I'll just show you. So this thing here, you can actually just raise it up if you really want to. And it functions like the lumbar pillow. Build quality, I feel like the Razer Asker is very similar to the Secretlab Omega and also the APOL Kraken. The cushioning is also pretty firm, so just like the Secretlabs. But one thing that I really need you guys to note if you really want to go for this chair is that when this little backrest is pushed out, look at the amount of space I have for sitting. So if I actually push it all the way out, so this is the limit of it, look at the amount of space I have left to sit on the chair. And like what Dr. Jenny and Dr. Jeff said, your leg definitely need to be planted firmly onto the ground and your back needs to be straight as well. So this, even though if it keeps my back up straight, I'm actually not very secure with my legs. But if you have like shorter legs and a smaller butt, this might work out for you. Besides this backrest, it pretty much is like the other chairs as well. The build quality is great. I have only had it for like 3 months. I don't think it is a very good gauge on whether the thing will start peeling or not. But so far from my daily usage, like I said, I swap the chairs a lot. This seems to be pretty okay, but the backrest is definitely not for me because I can't sit very securely on the chair. And the final chair that we're going to talk about today is not really a gaming chair, it is actually an ergonomic chair from ErgoTune. So if you have seen like ergonomic chairs out in the market as well, this is very similar to it. So unlike the gaming chairs, ergonomic chairs obviously doesn't have like the flair that all the gaming chairs have. On the chair itself, it already has a built-in lumbar support, so instead of having like a pillow or like a little device or whatever, it already is built into the chair. But for me personally, this chair actually helps me support my back as well. So this portion of the chair actually just supports my upper back. And the headrest as well, this is actually adjustable. So unlike the gaming chairs where you have that little headrest pillow put in and it is stuck there forever, you can actually adjust this. So you can actually pull it up, push it down if you really want to. And ErgoTune apparently is coming up with another model of this headrest where you can actually push it down even further. So if you have a shorter body, you can actually have the shorter one, so you can put it at your neck here or whatsoever. One main gripe I have about this chair is that because it is mesh, so dust and all that, if you have dust flying around in your room or whatsoever, you can actually pick up and it actually sticks to that mesh. But the mesh is actually pretty strong, it is also quite firm. And one thing I like about the ErgoTune as well is that the armrest can actually be maneuvered in any way that you like, so it is actually pretty versatile. And besides that, if you really want to like lean back onto your chair whatsoever, you can just adjust it and then you can just lean it back all the way if you really want to. So the back is actually spring loaded, so if you come back up, it actually follows your back, so you don't need to like adjust the lever or whatsoever. But yeah, ergonomic chairs are technically built very differently from a gaming chair, but that doesn't say that it is better in some sense. Because like what Dr. Jenny and Dr. Jeff has said, it really depends on your body type and it also depends on your own personal preference. Which brings me to the conclusion of this video. Are any of these chairs worth it? It really depends, because let's say if you have some $50 chair that you are very comfortable with, then by all means just use that $50 chair. Like I said earlier, the APOL is about 350 Singapore dollars, the Secretlab is about $500, the Razer Asker is 800 Singapore dollars and the ErgoTune is 549 Singapore dollars. If your budget is not so high, then by all means just try and find a cheaper alternative. And like what the doctor said earlier, it really depends on your body type. So what is comfortable for me may not be comfortable for you. If you are comfortable on the Secretlab Titan, maybe your sister, brother will not be comfortable on the Titan, maybe they are comfortable on the APOL chair. So it really all depends on you. If you do not have enough cushioning on your butt or whatsoever, you probably would want the APOL chair because it's soft and it's nice and it will support your butt and your posture. And as for me, obviously I like firmer chairs, so for me the Titan is better, the ErgoTune is better. And if you maybe have like short legs or whatsoever, the Razer Asker will probably be a perfect fit. So the main takeaway is try the chairs before you buy them and see whether they are good for you, whether you are comfortable with it, whether it supports your back, and then decide whether you want to purchase or put out your money for it. Sure, some chairs look very nice, like Secretlab has a lot of collaborations with a lot of companies that has all their logos on their chairs, but maybe those chairs are just not for you. You might actually want to look for another chair. So hopefully this video has helped you decide whether you will need a gaming chair or not, and if you have been thinking about buying a gaming chair and whether any of these chairs are high quality. They are all definitely high quality, but whether it is suitable for your back, that is another different story. I implore you to just go and try the chairs out before you buy. They have showrooms everywhere. I'm pretty sure APOL has a showroom, Secretlab definitely has a showroom, ErgoTune definitely has a showroom. Razer, I'm not too sure, but I think there is a company in Singapore called Endless Passion that actually has a chair out for people to try. And if you're living anywhere else in Southeast Asia, I'm pretty sure all of these chairs are also available. Please go to your local retailer and try the chairs first before you buy. Before we end this video, also big thanks to Dr. Jenny and Dr. Jeff for providing their wealth of information to us. and also helping us to figure out what our posture should be while working and also while gaming. So till our next video, please stay safe and I'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
See you again. Click here for subscribe, click for more.
If you like it, click subscribe.
Oh, okay.
Click the like, hit subscribe.
Do
We'll see
your
you.
thing.
Follow me on Facebook. Follow me.